Yo ho ho, Don Mafia. Welcome to another edition of the Don Mafia Report. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, it's about that time of the year again where my regular programmed schedule of luscious videos are finally going to be coming out. Yes, instant classics such as the Buffalo Bills are about to obliterate, destroy, mangle, blank, whatever damn team we are playing. Y'all knew that that was my bread and butter, and you best believe that I'll be dropping one of those videos about the New Jersey Jets coming in just the next couple of days. Guys, it just feels so good that football season is legitimately about to be here. After months and months of me battling with a bunch of negative Nancys in the comments section, saying that, yes, indeed, there was going to be a football season. You don't know what the you're talking about. Pays off to be right, guys. It really pays off to be right. In today's video, we all know the main topic is that you guys want me to give you my final record prediction of what the Buffalo Bills are going to be facing in the 2020 season. I'm not going to go into too much detail because, like I said, I have done videos in the past where I went game by game, and I'll probably put those in my description, or you can just look back in my video log for the past, I don't know, I want to say like a month or two. I've dropped at least 2 of them, but I figure since the 53-man roster is final and we have a better idea of exactly what's going on with everybody else's teams, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive into that. First off, thank you so much, Labatt Blue, for sending me this gorgeous sign. Now, I do want to light it up, but as you guys can see, it looks like a solar flare the second that I turn it on. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with this whole lighting situation, but until then, we're just going to leave that right there as is. Make sure you're slamming some Labatties for your boy this coming Sunday. Right before I dive into the regular record prediction, I do want to give a giant shout out to my most recent Patreon contributors, and that is going to be Dalton Wild. He's entering the Patreon family at the $5 tier. Thank you so much. Then Mr. Jesse Huey. He is upping his $3 donation a month to $20 a month, meaning that he's a Don Mafia god and meaning that he will be coming on my channel as a special guest. Y'all know that the best way to support my channel is simply by smashing the out of that like button. But say that you ever wanted to go that extra mile, Patreon is how you do it, and you can find that link in my description. So yeah, Don Mafia, we all know that I ended up dropping several videos of what I thought the Buffalo Bills' final record was going to be. And I mean, honestly, it really hasn't changed. I still think the Buffalo Bills' worst case scenario for 2020 is 11-5. Best case scenario, the ceiling, is 13-3. Now, don't get me wrong, we have our share of some very scary games, most notably against the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, the entire NFC West division, which in my opinion is the best division in football. And there's going to be tests of time. You know, I mean, even during these division games, that's when our divisional rivals play their best, is when they're going up against those division rivals. There's a lot up for discussion. And so whether or not that you wanted to argue certain positional matchups, some advantages this team has and this team has, but I'm legitimately still thinking that the Buffalo Bills' worst case scenario is going to be 11-5. Ceiling is going to be 13-3. And we'll probably see like a number 2 or number 3 seed in the playoffs. And I am about as confident as ever that this is going to come into fruition. So, I mean, really just going through the schedule. I mean, starting off with the New York Jets this coming Sunday. Y'all know that I'm going to be dropping the Buffalo Bills are about to sodomize the New York Jets next Sunday video. Will be out shortly. But there's no way that I see us losing this game. I mean, the only thing that kept them in the ballpark with us last year, especially during week 1, was CJ Mosley, Jamal Adams, who really didn't even stop our offense in any way, shape, or form. I mean, at the end of the day, I see us handedly beating the Jets this coming Sunday. The Miami Dolphins, I see that as a win. The Los Angeles Rams, I think that they're the worst team in the NFC West, which is sort of a scary thing to say because I think the Rams are still a pretty relevant team, but I also see us coming off with a victory there. The Raiders, I just think that they have way too many missing pieces. I'm beginning to think that Gruden doesn't know what he's doing. He just sort of gives me that post-traumatic stress disorder from looking back and seeing similarities of when the Bills just were in consistent mediocrity. The Tennessee Titans is a game that I'm worried about. I'm not necessarily saying that we're going to lose that game, but it really comes down to whether or not that Ryan Tannehill will go back to Ryan Tannehill that, back when he played for the Miami Dolphins and we just absolutely ruined his life whenever he played. Of course, they still have Derrick Henry. Their secondary slept on. Their secondary is very good. They have that wide receiver and A.J. Brown. That should be interesting. The Kansas City Chiefs, super worried about that game just because their offense is absolutely ridiculous. They have the best quarterback in the NFL. So it's really going to be, I think, our defense's first true test, and only time will be able to tell. The New York Jets, once again, I see us winning that. The New England Patriots, once again, I see us beating them as well. The Seattle Seahawks, I'm kind of nervous about. The Arizona Cardinals, I like their young talent, but I think that we should be able to steamroll through them. Los Angeles Chargers, it really depends on who the quarterback's going to be. Is it going to be Tyrod or is it going to be Justin Herbert? Right before that key injury to their safety, the Chargers, in my opinion, probably had like one of the most slept-on defenses out there, so that should be an interesting game. Could go either way. The Niners could be anyone's game. The Steelers are going to be longing for vengeance, especially after we handed their asses to them to clinch that playoff spot last year. The Denver Broncos, I think, will end up winning up that one and then closing out the season with two divisional matchups against the Patriots and the Dolphins. Like I said, guys, I think that worst case scenario, we're looking at it in 11-5 year right in 2020. One of the beauties about it was the fact that back in the day, the Buffalo Bills always had a hard time beating the teams that they should. I think last year we have proved that we do beat the teams that we are supposed to. So that's why that I am so easily shooing off the Jets. I'm shooing off the Dolphins. I'm shooing off, like these other teams that we just mentioned, because we're supposed to win those games. And last year, Sean McDermott has showed that unlike years in the past, we're able to really take the bull by the horns and take care of business when we need to. And so then when it comes down to like these like toss-up games, like these two games that like there's two very good football teams going up against each other, I mean, you have to think that the Buffalo Bills are really being able to take that next step and being able to pull off a couple of these shockers so that the media and NFL fans alike will start giving us respect. I think that we're going to see some really surprising wins this year from the Buffalo Bills. We really are, so fasten your seatbelts. So, like I said, guys, I'm thinking 11-5. I'm thinking 13-3 as a ceiling, 11-5 at the absolute worst case scenario. Do me a favor, leave a comment. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Are we going to be around that 11-5 mark? You think we're going to be worse? You think we're going to be like 9-7, 8-8? Don't even tell me that shit, but will we not make the playoffs, or will we? Really want to hear your thoughts on that. Guys, like I said, I have a bunch of really exciting content lined up throughout the remainder of football season. Honestly, I'm trying to remain consistent as far as what I'm going to be doing. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be dropping my why the Buffalo Bills are going to easily defeat the New Jersey Jets. Be on the lookout for that one. I don't know, 4 or 5 p.m. Should be a really good game preview video. Wednesday, I'm going to be dropping the NFL picks, where I legitimately go through each and every single game throughout the remainder of this week, and I'm going to be having my girlfriend as a special guest. We're going to sort of make this a weekly thing where we pick the winners and pick the losers of week 1 throughout the entire NFL. Thursday, I am going to be collabing with Jets Central, very good friend of mine. He is a Jets YouTuber. We're going to be discussing key matchups between the Bills and so the New York Jets. And then Thursday night, I'm probably going to be live streaming the very first Thursday night football game. So say, for example, that you guys plan on watching that football game and you don't want to listen to the announcers and you'd rather just hang out with me while I watch the game, by all means, you're more than welcome to do so. And then Friday, I'm going to be doing a Madden simulation between the Bills and the Jets. And then Saturday, I'm not sure. I'll probably do something random or I'll just take the day off. So besides that, Don Mafia, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited that I'm getting back to my regularly scheduled programming going into football season. It's been a long off season, but I really appreciate you guys sticking with me and really just listening to me like speculate a whole bunch of random video ideas. It seems like you guys still enjoyed it. Besides that, Don Mafia, thank you for tuning in once again to the Don Mafia Report. And before I let you go, always remember, let's go Buffa.